Yeah. Okay.
All right. So if you're ready, just indicate so you can share your screen.
Uh, okay. I can do my own presentation now if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, my problem statement is
Can you share your screen?
okay.
Okay.
Mm, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, my problem statement is a significant world issue which I've encountered a number of times. That's to bridge the gap between university graduates and the work market. Because I've noticed that most graduates, after we graduate from the university, even with this university's curriculum and all that, most are
Mhm.
never prepared for the workplace. So we end up being frustrated, unemployed, or underemployed. You just go for any available job to meet ends meet. So to solve this problem, I proposed a solution to bridge this gap. That's a skill gap analyzer. This would be a digital tool that helps graduates identify the specific skills they need to acquire to meet job market demands. So what this does is like to ask the graduates some personal questions like their current skill sets, what they studied, what they are good at, and then it will compare it with the various job roles available in the market and then provide them a personalized recommendation on the skills to learn. To also give suggestions on relevant courses, career paths, also empowering the youth and the graduates because if you have like a clear pathway of what you're supposed to do, timeline and all that, it gives you more confidence to go about it. And then when you've gained that skill set, it will also help you get better job opportunities and to be employed in a job you want, not just something to while away time. And
Okay.
then I did my competitors research. I searched for different competitions in the market to see if there is any platform or app that is offering this solution. And the two I could find is Jobberman and SkillUp. So Jobberman is like a training platform. It doesn't exactly meet the gap analysis. It won't really tell you what to study and all that. It's more of like a platform that offers job opportunities to job seekers, and it also gives a few training to those seeking for jobs. I've undergone some of their programs, and once you are enrolled, you keep receiving notification of okay, you studied this role just opened up at this site, and up to now I still get that notification. So I think it's a good competitor because it helps graduates by linking them, the unemployed, with job opportunities. And some of the features they offer, like I've earlier mentioned, is job search portal. You can search for various jobs and they'll connect you. It also offers soft skills training, which was one of their training I underwent. I was able to attend. It's because they believe that to thrive in the market, in the job market, you don't need just hard skills. Soft skills are also important. So they offer that training. And then it also gives you certificates and review your CV, interview preparations. If you've applied to a job, you can be matched with a mentor to tell, okay, this is how to arrange your CV, or this is how to prepare for the interview you're going for. And then another competitor is the Skill Up Nigeria. So this is also another platforms that offer Nigerian youths, recent graduates that lack access to industry relevant training and practical skills needed to transition into the workforce. So I believe this is more closely related to the idea I have, because it will bridge that gap by offering different types of skills. It offers vocational skills, digital skills, tech-based training programs. Unlike the Jobberman that just gives you a platform to get job opportunities, the Skill Up actually trains you in the necessary skills you want with local and international partners. Even though personally I've not used their platform, but I was able to get good reviews on their platform, and those that have undergone their training said it was quite helpful. And their training they offer free, some of their courses are free, and also low cost training in areas like digital marketing, coding, graphic design, and entrepreneurship, which are relevant skills most graduates need now in the current job marketplace. And they also offer hands-on projects, which will give you that practical learning. And it's not just, okay, maybe slides or videos. They give you like hands-on capstone projects to do and all that. And they also offer internship and job placements. And the internship placement is quite helpful because most people, even after undergoing the skills, learning all they need, going into the marketplace, it's actually difficult because most employers do ask for work experience and all that. So with this internship and job placement, it's also relieve the graduate of the stress of looking for jobs and all that. And they also have a community and mentorship. So even after undergoing your training, you still have people you can ask questions because you can't learn finish. So there's always confusion and all that. So that community provides a very conducive place where you can easily and freely lay your complaints. So I created a comparison table using the SWOT analysis of my idea, Jobberman, and SkillUp. So my target audience or target users are individual graduates seeking clarity on what skills to learn next. While on Jobberman, their target users are job seekers looking for jobs and basic upskilling. While for SkillUp, their target users are unemployed, underemployed youths needing practical skills. So each of these target users are, they might be linked, but the three platforms all have their various and unique target users. And the core focus, my idea is focused on personalized skill gap diagnosis. So it will give you a diagnosis based on what you have and what you want to learn. That's where you currently are and where you want to go to. And also give you upskilling suggestions like skills to learn and all that. Why for Jobberman, it gives you job listings, basic training, and soft skills improvement. No deep training or tech related training, is just like the basic. That's what you get from Jobberman. While Skill Up, on the other hand, is a vocational or tech training and job placement. So they give you that in-depth training you need, and they also place you in job places where you can get the where you can practically learn more. That's their internship programs and all that. So my strength is the data-driven, user-specific. So it is focused on the specific user that is enrolling at that time. It's not like a generic kind of analysis it gives. And the recommendation and integrations are directly based on what you want and what you want to learn. So it's more personalized. Why for jobber man, its strength is the large job pool because they always have job opportunities available. At every day you get different job opportunities based on the skill you applied for or the skill you filled while you were registering. And then their soft skills focus is also important because it's a necessary skill to thrive in the job place. And for skill up, their strength is the hands-on training, like I earlier mentioned. It's not just theoretical, it gives you practicals and all that. And it also gives you mentorship support, which is really important because no man is an island. You need people you can always follow and rely on. And for my weaknesses, it needs continuous labor market data because they have to keep the platform have to keep thinking of, okay, this job market now, what's the new trend, what's happening. So it always needs improvement on labor market data. And it's not a training, even though most people prepare like a training platform. But to solve this weakness, I think it would be better to add like recommendations. The platform might not offer the training directly, but it can recommend, okay, you can go to Coursera to learn these skills I've recommended to you, or you can go to Skill Up to learn these skills I recommended to you. So for Jobber Man, one of their weaknesses is the training is generic. Like I earlier mentioned, they are not going into specific. They won't teach you like, okay, digital marketing or product management. It's just generic soft skills. That's what they'll teach you. And then when you learn that, then you have to go to a different platform to learn the necessary skill you need to come back to their site to get the job listings they have. And then for Skill Up, they lack automated skill assessments because the person I asked that used their app, she said most of the assessments it's marked manually. So you have to wait for the instructor to mark it, to assess it before you can get feedback on your assessment. So the speed is actually slow. And then opportunities. For opportunities, that's for my platform. We can partner with both to recommend courses and job post diagnosis. Like I earlier mentioned, it can be like an open platform where, okay, I can speak to Coursera. If you want me to list your course on this, okay, it's open. I can recommend your courses. Skill Up, I can recommend your courses, and then maybe come to an agreement on a percentage of payments or something. And then for Jobber Man, it integrates diagnostics into training and job search journey. So it makes your job search journey really easy for you. You don't need to go on LinkedIn and keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. They just send you an email. Okay, you product manager, these opportunities are open for you. You can apply to these opportunities. Why for Skill Up, they use analyzer to tailor training and recommendations. So they train you in the specific skill you need, and then they recommend you to for internship, job placement, and they also have mentorship in case you need it. And the threat of my idea is the risk of to overlap with competitors or adapt AI diagnostics themselves. So if I decide to partner up with any of these training platforms, they might decide to take up my idea and put it on their own, and then it actually becomes irrelevant because all I'm doing is just to analyze and to recommend. For Jobber Man, it could add advanced diagnostics internally, and for Skill Up, it might develop similar tools to improve personalizations. So those are my competitors analysis. This is just like a detail of it. That's for Jobber Man. It's well known and trusted by many job seekers in Nigeria. It provides access to many job opportunities across different industries. It offers free soft skills training to help users become more employable. The platform is user friendly and easy to navigate. It has strong partnership with companies and hiring organizations. And the weaknesses, the platform focuses more on job listings than on deep skill development. Opportunities. Jobberman can add tools that analyze individual skill gaps. If they decide to go with my idea, they can do that. For threads, other global job platforms like LinkedIn and Indeed may attract its users. Why for Skill Up Nigeria, the strength is that it offers practical training in both technical and vocational areas. It focuses on helping young people in Nigeria become job ready. Some of its weaknesses are it does not have a system to help users figure out what specific skills they lack. The training programs may take time and might not fit those who need fast results. For
So,
opportunities, sorry.
yeah, yeah, just okay, instead of going through what you've said earlier on, the chart seems more detailed and self-explanatory. You could just
Yeah.
go down to the summary. Yeah. So we give rooms to others to also share their insights. Okay.
Okay. In summary, based on my competitors, while Jobberman focuses on connecting people to jobs and offers general training, and Skill Up Nigeria delivers in-depth training programs, my skill gap analyzer fills a unique space. I am not just offering the job or the training directly, but helping the user figure out exactly what they are missing and where to find it. So it will be automated, scalable, and highly personalized, giving it the potential to integrate or collaborate with platforms like Jobberman and SkillUp to boost their impact. Thank you.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Nice job. Nice
Thank
work.
you.
I just have some few questions to ask with regards to that, just for
Okay.
clarity. So, from what you've shown, it's clear that you're not offering the jobs to the users. That's one.
Yeah.
And you're not training the users. That's two.
Yes.
So for Jobberman, they offer jobs to users. For Skill Up, they train users for the job, right?
Yeah.
So you now, you're trying to direct users to what skill they should venture into if they eventually would make use of Skill Up.
Yes.
So to help users gain clarity in, okay, these are the basic soft skills I have. So what then would be your requirement in navigating students around, which making predictions of what skills to go for?
Okay. They'll have like a short questionnaire to answer. Okay, this is what I like doing. This is what I can do best. For some, you can say, okay, I love analyzing data. I love working with data. So maybe the recommendation, okay, since you like working with data and you like analyzing and looking for the solutions through data, you can go for data analysis. And you like coding, maths. I love trying my hands on different things till I can create something beautiful. You can go for a developer. I like working with people. I'm good with time. I can manage time, manage budget. Then you can go for a project manager or a product manager. So something like that.
Okay. So if we're having such analyzer in place, do you are you aware that Chat GPT can also give you the same results? You don't see that as a competition.
Um, Chat GPT is an open AI source, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought I should look for something more tailored than Chat GPT.
Yeah, anything it's a competitor to your product, be it direct or indirect. So ChatGPT, it's an indirect competitor to you, or OpenAI, it's an indirect competitor because anyone now with the exposure of AI anyone could just go on ChatGPT and type this. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. Just suggest skills I can learn using this my experience or knowledge about these things. And I bet you ChatGPT will give you responses similar to what skill gap analyzer might be would give.
True. Yeah.
So you should also look into that. So, and another thing would be looking into now it's now into the futures aspect of it, utilizing ChatGPT to give you more tailored responses. So you also need to look into that because that's also a competition with the exposure of AI. Once anyone is being asked a question or you need clarity on something, the next thing to your go-to person is AI, and you type and you get that done. So I think you've really made great analysis on what you've done. You've really made great at the basic level. You've done a great job at least identifying the problem, identifying the proposed solution, and understanding the competitors and what they are doing towards solving their solution. Now you've seen, looking at it based on what you explained to me, I get the understanding that, oh, this is what Jobberman is doing. This is what they are focused on, job opportunities. They are not into training students, training individuals, getting them ready for the job opportunity. That's just the soft skills are just the basics. Now they are
Yeah.
the ones people who are already prepared for the job to come on board and seek for job. Skill up now looks at the fact that okay, let's do something different from Jobberman. We are not looking for those who are already ready for the job market, looking for where to work. Let's train those. We know that we have large number of people who are not market fit. Let's train them, equip them with the skills that will make them relevant in the market, right?
Yes.
So that's another thing too. And you, to your own surprise, you forgot to even mention Lip School because they are also your competition too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you're also providing trainings to individuals who are not skilled, ready in the market with skills. So I believe now you've identified what your strength is to help narrow the search, reduce the complexity because ChatGPT can be complex and it can be very, very confusing, overloaded with information. So to help individuals understand what is required, then you need to know, okay, how do you want to structure your question so that if you understand prompt engineering properly, it would help you outline how your survey question or the form should look like. So your the solution you're actually proposing is more like a prediction solution. You're not offering, you are just the middleman between Skill Up, Jobberman, Lead School, ChatGPT. You are the middle person whereby when students need clarity, they come to you for clarification and you recommend where they can go to get free courses, paid, where they can upskill their knowledge and take it further. So
Mhm.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, nice one. Nice one.
Thank
So
you.
you still need to keep working on it to understand more. I believe when we dive into users research, we would know what to do better about it. So who is the next?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who is ready? If you're ready, you can indicate, then give it the stage, you share your screen, and you walk us through your assignment. Can everyone hear me? Is it that we did not get my message on WhatsApp, or should I start calling names? Okay, go ahead. Lola, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Fine. Let me share my screen. I'm coming.
All right. So who else is ready to take the stage after Lola is done? So we know why she's getting her stage screen set up. For Ayomi, Esther. Okay. Okay. So after Lola, Esther, you're next. Who else? This is an opportunity. I don't know why you guys are shying away from your idea. Is it that you don't even believe in what you've written, or what?
Sorry, how can I share my screen again? Forgotten.
Okay. Are you joining with
My
your
phone.
okay.
No, it's phone.
Look for the share option, share screen option from there. There is a share screen option. Okay. While you looking at that, let's say Esther, let Esther
Okay,
take
no
up the
problem.
easily.
Okay.
You could easily make use of YouTube to guide yourself through, then come back when she's done, you continue. Okay?
Okay, please give me a few minutes. Let me set up. Let me set myself.
Hey,
I think on my phone, so I need to change it to my system. What's
hey.
going on?
So, Esther, you two, you are not ready. So, who is ready to take up the
I
stage?
joined with my phone, but I will change it now. Few
Okay,
minutes.
okay. So, after Esther Onilola, who else is ready to walk us through their proposed solution? Okay, Ndubisi, you next after Adeboye Jo. What about you? Okay, Victoria. Uh, Paul. What about you, Paul? Okay. Please, for those whose hands are raised, just leave it there so I can easily identify. Um, okay, you can't unmute. Okay, okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, Esther, are you ready? Who is ready? Victoria, are you ready? Ndubisi, are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay, you can just share your screen while we wait for Esther and others to get set up.
I don't really have it on my phone. I'm using my laptop. So and
So you don't have the document on your phone, or you don't
nah,
have
nah.
you don't have it on your laptop.
I
Is the
do
doc
I do have it on my laptop, but I'm using my phone for the class, and because there's another something. There's another thing I'm working on my system, so I'm using my phone for the class while equally. I'm kind of trying to see how I can be able to multitask because I'll be submitting it tomorrow. So, but I'm using my phone for the class.
oh
Yeah.
so okay, let's see. Victoria, let's see. I will come back to that. If there's a solution pops in into my head, I will call upon you to give up.
Let me see.
If you can send the document to your phone, then you could easily share your screen from your phone.
Yeah, let me see if how I can be able to get that done.
All right, all right, all right. Victoria,
Okay,
what
I
about
think I'm ready.
you? Okay, so go ahead, Esther.
Okay. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so I've actually worked on a product strategy actually, right? But let me go to the competitors. Okay,
No,
so
no,
for
no.
my
Start all over from the beginning. The
yes, this is
problem.
a product strategy. I'm actually working on something else. Yeah.
Isn't this the product you're talking about? The
Yes,
product
yes, this
that
is the product. Yes, yes.
walk us through from the beginning, the problem, the solution. And first of
Okay.
all, you've given me one big question to ask you. But when we get to that place, I would just take note of the question. Just go ahead, start all over from the beginning, and please just make it quick.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. So the name of my product is KinDoc, right? So what does it do? Is a digital health platform that bridges the gap between someone, a user that has skin concern, and a dermatologist, a certified dermatologist. So what our mission is for us to help individuals overcome skin challenges here by providing personalized advice from certified dermatologists. Okay, so this is the market size. I don't want to bore you with this. Then the target audience. We have the primary users and we have the secondary users. Who are the primary users? We have the Gen Zs, 25 to 40. Then people that have chronic or recurrent skin issues. Then people struggling to find suitable skincare products for their skin type. Then they're also active on social media because we know Gen Zs are active online. Then the secondary users are people that have skin challenges. Okay, so from there we now have our market competitors. Who are the competitors? We have Curology, Apostrophe, MD, Acne, and Skin Doc. So Skin Doc is a proposed product. So we now do the comparison. The primary focus of Curology is custom prescription just for acne treatment alone. But Apostrophe is full-time dermatology and prescription. Then MD Acne is AI powered plus acne analysis. But Skin Doc is going to be like a comprehensive skin consultation with product recommendations. Then for what are the target conditions, I've explained that one, acne, anti-aging. Then for our own is going to be all skin type, excuse me. Then consultation method for Curology is questionnaire and photos. You take a picture of yourself, then you fill a particular questionnaire. But for Apostrophe is video or text consultation. MD Acne is AI analysis. While for Skin Doc is our own solution. The proposed solution is live video consultation where you get to see the dermatologist face to face. So the person sees you to know what the skin challenge is. Then what's the product offering? Custom prescriptions, prescription OTC, recommended OTC, but our own is brand product recommendation. We look at the brands in the market, the best one, then we make prescription based on recommendations based on the challenge. Then the treatment approach, we've talked about this consultation based, right? Then we now look at the strengths and weakness of the platforms. The user experience for Curology is they have excellent mobile app, right? Then Apostrophe, they have professional portal, simple AI interface, but our own is going to be a combination of main thing is that we are looking at the video aspect and the user experience is going to be it's going to be seamless and mobile responsive. Then for scalability, we look at medium, low, that's custom formulations, but our own is going to be human formulation. MD Acne is AI driven, Y apostrophe is woman intensive. Then the technical innovation, we have medium, but our own is going to be medium to high, which is video. See the person you're talking with, the dermatologist. Then the integration we have for urology is limited, good, moderate. Then our own is going to be extensive. Then we looked at what is the market gap, lack of affordable one-on-one dermatologist access, then generic product recommendation with no expert vetting, then overwhelm market choices without personalized features. So what is our own proposed solution? What are we bringing to the market that makes us different from other competitors? Teleconsultation with certified dermatologists. Then we're also adding AI for those who doesn't want the video aspect. You can upload your picture with quiz, personalized quiz. Then our ability to purchase recommended products directly from our own platform, and those products will be certified products to know that they have good recommendations or what people are saying online about those products. Then we also after the consultation we can now have a platform the customers or the user can come back to give us updates on how their skin journey is going. Then we can also recommend more things or just tell them what next to do and all that. So then the competitive advantage, we talked about that. Then our, though this one is the business
Hmm.
model, how we
Wait, wait,
truly
wait,
have.
wait, wait, wait. Esther, you're going way too far. No,
Okay,
no, no,
sir.
no, no. We are not looking at UVP. So based on what you've said so far, so can you just scroll back to the top? That's the first question which I have.
Okay.
How did you get the $145 billion as of 2023 with a 5% CAGR? How did you get those data?
Okay, I actually got them online. They It's not a primary data, it's the secondary data which is I got online. Actually, this is also I'm actually working on another. There is one program I'm working on, so they asked me to do this. So I use the opportunity to do it as well.
Do you
Though
know?
this
You can go on. You can go on.
yeah, so this data is not a primary data which I got by myself. I got it online. It's a secondary data which I got online.
Did you verify the source of this data? Because this information could mislead you. Yes, if I'm correct, this information could mislead you into thinking, oh, this is a good market. This is see the amount that was spent here. Wow. So if I bring my solution here, I would scale up. I will have my own portion of these billions of dollars. And you end up coming into the market and not even making one closure. And you start wondering, how come? What happened? And you also said here telemedicine dermatology growing at 15% annually. Is this a Nigerian based market or you are looking at a global market?
Okay, so it's a global market, not Nigeria. The plan is for us to make it a global application, not only for Africans, for whites, for anybody. That's the vision. So it's a global market, not Nigeria based.
So if you're looking at with such insights in view, do you have an analysis of what the market looks like within your location, within your street? within your state. At least you can start with that. You narrow things down to the basic points. You know, most times when I say you need to understand the problem, you need to understand the problem, it seems like actually overemphasizing on something which we already know. But there's one thing about it. It helps you understand clearly what to build. When you understand this thing to the basic points, you know what particular problem do you want to tackle. Now, I also noticed one thing. You didn't include physical stores as your competitors. Why would I want to use your recommendation and not go to a physical store to get, when I know I will meet someone behind the counter that will tell me what skin skincare to make use of that will suit my skin. So why would I want to make use of your product? Why would I want to take a video of myself, my skin reaction? Does that make me feel, do I feel safe? I could feel scared that you might use that against me and all that. So that's the question you should be looking at.
Okay, sir. So for sorry, sir. So for that one,
Mm-hmm,
I've actually gone to a physical store for me to get our skincare products.
mm-hmm.
Most times they don't recommend the real products. I've had to waste a lot of money from physical stores because they are not certified. They just find themselves selling skincare products. They don't really understand in-depth understanding of the product, the skin type, what the kind of product to recommend to a particular user or customer.
Okay,
So
okay,
for me, I'm not sure I want to go that route again because I've gone through it and I've still not gotten any solution. So it's better for me to go through the route whereby I know this person is a certified dermatologist and be able to give me the right products. And the person will also have a knowledge on the what's it called? The ingredients. Those ingredients will they benefit my skin and we can be able to get the solution I'm actually looking at.
okay. That's true. So can I ask you a question? A
Okay, sir.
very direct question. How often do you visit a dermatologist?
Okay, so for me, I've not seen any dermatologist in this my area. They are hard to find. Even when you find one, the cost is always on the high side. And
Okay,
for those people that have, there are people that sell organic skincare products, which I don't want to use for my skin.
okay. Don't you see that as a problem, as a major problem towards the nature of solution you are proposing? How do you get dermatologists to hop in on your product to offer solutions, to to recommend solutions to your users?
Okay, sir. So I believe there is an association for dermatologists here in Nigeria. So
No,
it's something I can look into, reach out to them. If I need to register, if I need to, I will ask for the process in order for me to onboard it. I can even speak to them to help me onboard certified dermatologists that they know, tested and trusted.
so okay, that's an issue which you should look at, because when you are going into the market, you don't go in believing, you go in with clarity. And if I am to suggest to you, this is a good scope, but I would want you to narrow down your solution to the basic, because if you're going this way, it will be expensive for you to ship out this product, because you need to start looking for satisfied dermatologists. How do you get them paid? How are you sure users would want to make use of your product? Do you think Now, if you haven't been able to find one dermatologist, how then do you think your users will be able to access them? That is one. And you you also said something about the, let me check my notes. I took that down. You said you've not really made use of the dermatologist, and the those you see you go to the store to purchase this stuff don't recommend things that suit your skin. Now, one thing is this: it's good to identify a problem which you are facing. That's one. Another thing is, are there other persons also experiencing that problem? When you find one or two, you know that, oh, these two other persons are experiencing this problem. Now, it becomes very tricky when you feel, now you think, you look at this in this sense. Why would I, why would me, Francis, want to purchase the product from recommendation from your product and not go to a store? You might be unfortunate going to the wrong stores to meet inexperienced consultants there. You might be unfortunate to meet the wrong people. What if I am fortunate to meet someone who knows who has good experience about cosmetics and all that, to prescribe something very good to me? Your physical store, it's your major competition, because users are, what if users should make use of a particular your recommendation now and they don't like it? You know, for physical stores, you could still go back to lay complaints or something. People might feel safe that I can go back to this person, discuss with this person, hey, this thing, I don't like it, this thing is actually burning me. And they might tell you, oh, sorry, we will have to return this thing, we'll give you this and that. They do that. I actually bought something today, and when I got home, I saw it was bad. I had to return it back. So, in a situation whereby a user makes a request for recommendation and you gave that to the person, and they booked on the consultations and all that, and at the end of the day they find out that it's not working, what's your backup plan for that? So I would advise you start up with the aspect of educating your users on which product to use best. Starting up with that would help you understand your users. That's one thing. And if you're jumping into getting dermatologists, it's a very nice idea. Like you said, they are very difficult to find. Then, if you have them in little numbers and very scarce, how then do you think they would have the time or make out the time for you now to pull them out of their schedule? They would have to pay more. Who would bear the cost? Does that mean your solution will be more expensive than me going to a local store, just get what I want to use, or just start trying many products around? And is that a major problem to most users? Because as a guy, most times, most persons do not even care. Once it's actually giving them, let me just rub cream and leave. Whether it's working or whether it's blowing the skin, or they are not even bothered. Whereas you need to look at your target audience now would be those who find, who don't just want to use any cosmetics, who are very specific, who understands their skin, who are specific about getting a product that fits their skin. Those should be your users, your target audience, not just anyone. You should be very specific. Now, What you've presented is a very good idea, but the issue with that is it's on a larger scope. So what you've presented is on a larger scope. I want you to go back, look at the basic thing you can do, break this idea down to the basic solution you can provide. Let's say, for example, now you can't have access to a dermatologist. What would you do? Well, that means your solution will be irrelevant, because if there's no dermatologist, then your solution, your product is almost useless, because you need a dermatologist at the end of the bargain to seal up everything. So in a situation like that, it's best you start small. What is the core problem that you have identified? You take note of that problem. Now, when you take situations, even Jumia is a competition to you. Jumia is a competitor, is your competitor, because someone could, what if for a user now that knows what they want, they could go on Jumia and order a particular cosmetics and they have it at their and delivered to them. So how do you do that? So your audience should be narrowed down to those who have difficulties finding the cosmetics which they would need. And when you look into that, you'll find out that they will be in a smaller number, a smaller scale. Then you now ask your question, why are these people finding it difficult to get the right product to use? Is it due to lack of exposure of what product should fit into their skin? Do they understand the content of individual products? Are you getting me? So do they understand what each cosmetics actually offers? Now, if you break this thing, if you're looking at it down from this perspective, you are narrowing down your understanding to the users facing this particular problem. So if you're going on a larger scale, you might miss the point. But if you start small and start building on it, you will start gaining clarity on what to build. So the numbers, the data you've given to me, we don't need those things now. We don't need them. The thing you should look at is these persons, because they are users who their skin could accommodate anything, any cosmetic they use. So how then do your solution would not might be pointless to them. So if you're looking at this, I want you to rebrand what your problem statement, your proposed solution. Narrow it down to a smaller unit. Okay, this person, I'm experiencing this person. And because you are experiencing that issue does not mean every other person sees that as a problem. That is one thing. So let's say, for example, you're finding that as a problem because you're not within your location, you're able to get a good cosmetics person. What if you don't? What if there's someone around that could prescribe something very good to you, which you can use, and you've not just been aware of such shop or store? So you might think if there's no solution, whereas there's a solution somewhere which you don't know about. So that's also something you need to look into. Your key competitors are those with physical store, and they have reasons why they are your key competitors, because they have this safety. They could walk in to give them that experience. Now, with what you've done now, I want you to watch this. That goes for everyone. I want everyone to watch this movie, Bezos. Bezos, how Amazon came into limelight. It would help you because you would understand that if you are fighting with the key. Let me just give you all a brief intro about it. At first, it was not actually called Amazon. It was called, well, is it resilience.com? Yeah. And they were all focused on shipping out big books and all that, great product, great features and all that. So it got to a point, someone asked him a question. I think one of the top physical stores then, because you're going against physical stores, bookshops and all that, who were the top dogs then. And you find out that, yeah, you want to ship something that is great, this and with this marvelous future where people will just buy books online and all that. A lot of futures that were being pitched. But at the end of the day, people didn't even see any relevance in it because he was speaking in bigger terms. So after having the conversation with his major physical store competitor, he got this insight. When he got back to his team, he got this insight that, okay, someone asked him, what is the main essence of this thing we're doing? What is the main problem? Why people would go to a physical store to get book and not want to purchase online? Then he found out that, oh, when you go to a physical store, you have a long time waiting. You have to wait to get books. When you check in, at the end of the day, you might go to the store and they'll tell you you are closed or there's no book for today, this and that. You have to go back home. And they shift. After that, he shifts the whole concept about the product to users' experience, ensuring the users get the best experience. With that insight, the users in mind, giving the users a useful experience, the whole thing about Amazon changed. The whole concept about it changed from tech, from shipping out product to from output to outcome dependent. So I think you should look through that, understand the users. What are the users? What users are you targeting? You are not targeting everyone. With this product, you are targeting some set of users who see that issue as a problem, because there are some set of users that don't even see it as a problem. So what would you do to such people? So you need to review that and break it down to the basic understanding of the problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Victoria, are
Okay, good
they,
evening.
Okay.
sorry, Onilola, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry, Victoria. Let Onilola, you can go ahead, please.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I'm coming. Yes, I'm back.
Okay, yes, I can see your screen now.
Okay, so this is my assignment. So you said you should identify a real life problem we have experienced. Then after identifying the problem, propose a solution that could help solve or reduce the impact of the problem. And we are not
Okay.
required to explain how the solution will be implemented. We should just focus on. So for me, as a daily internet user, which I use data for work, learning, communication. So I face these key challenges that reflect broader issues with mobile data services in Nigeria. So all these are written down are just the problems perspective. I've experienced rapid data depletion. So despite the light usage, even without no streaming or heavy downloads, my data finishes so quick and is far below my expected performance. So high cost of staying connected. So to maintain stable internet access, I have to like spend a lot monthly on multiple bundles, which is unsustainable for many users like myself. So lack of transparency. So there's no clear breakdown or usage report to show what is consuming the data. They just show it's just notification like your data is remaining like 65 MB, just like that.
Okay.
What did I press? So Unreliable access for critical tasks. So essential activities like apps like Zoom or Google Meet, then online courses, sending documents are often disrupted due to the unstable or exhausted data. I could not continue with my work. So the five is poor user-centric design. So the current system feels built up for high-spending users, especially when you open apps like Instagram, TikTok, your data just finishes quickly. So not everyday professionals or learners or students like myself can be able to afford or avoid reliable or get access to all this reliable data. So these are the problems perspective. So you said the next is proposing a position solution to the problem. So to address the challenges of high data costs, rapid depletion, and lack of transparency, so I propose the development of a user-focused data management solution, either as a feature within an existing telecom platform or a standalone mobile apps that partners with network providers. It's just like in what I'm going to propose. So the features I'm going to have in the product can be like real-time data usage tracker, give user a clear app by app breakdown of what is consuming their data, send usage alerts when data reaches this percent, like 50%, 80%, like they should be like, oh, an alert. So when I get the alert, I'm like, oh, my data, I need to stop watching this video. I need to do something else with this data, this is my remaining data. So the two is smart data savior mode. So trying to like compress media, limit background usage, and enable data pause feature during inactivities, especially when I'm not even like pressing my phone. But my data is on. At least my data should be on that data saver mode. Then suggest data saving setting based on user behavior. So there is budget-based data bundles. User like myself can select or we can build plan based on our monthly budget or our specific needs, like our learning, browsing, messaging, and stuff like that. So the feature can also include micro bundles for low income user and recurring options for consistent users. So another feature in the products can be like data transparency and education. So clear visual reports and history logs for every data section, maybe daily, it can be weekly or monthly, but daily and weekly will be most preferable. So tips and story on how to reduce unnecessary data drain can also help. So the fifth one is loyalty rewards and incentives. So bonus data for consistent usage, referrals, or participating in survey. I think that will go a long way for us like this. And discounts for students, freelancers, and verified job seekers. This will go like a long way for us. So then the next question is like, what are your competitors? What are they presently doing to handle similar difficulties? So I just use one, which is instadata.ng. It is a data reselling platform, and user can buy discounted MTN, airtime, Airtel, Glow, and Nine mobile bundles. So these people offer bulk data at cheaper rates for individuals and vendors. They work via website, WhatsApp, and online payments for fast access. So I see that Instadata focus on affordability through reselling. They're not into innovation or usage optimization, and high traction among vendors and budget conscious users. So they're not really giving me what I will want to see. So the limitation they have is no usage tracking or smart management tools. Users still face data depletion issues. They just keep buying more. No loyalty system, education, or in-depth user support. So I can stand out by if I were to go into this product, which I feel like is what most of us are actually facing. If I should go into this, I would like stand up building a smart user-centric product that not only helps people buy data for the affordability, but also helps them track and control how it's used, save data automatically, get recommendation based on usage habits, learn how to manage data better, and earn rewards for consistent or smart usage. So these are what I'm going to focus on if I'm ever going to like do this. That's all. I'm done.
Oh, All right. No, no, no. Just you can keep your slide.
Okay.
All right. All right. Nice one. Nice one. So I noticed you mentioned Insta, what's it called? Insta data, right?
Yes, .ng.
Instadata.ng. So while you were presenting and you were
Okay.
highlighting some issues, some complaints, I I noticed uh, most of these issues, like how to save your data, how to track your data, comes by default
Okay.
to your mobile devices. That's one. You can
Okay.
set up on your settings. You can set up your data consumption rate for a month. For a month, you get notified how what app consumes most of your data. You have this app usage analytics. I believe all mobile devices does that. So
Yes. But some people are not really aware of it.
that is one thing which you should be looking at. You
Yeah.
can be looking at that. You should take note of that, creating awareness of the fact that you can minimize your data consumption rate to users. That is one key point you should take note of. So another key point is this. If you are fighting, no, let me not use the word fighting. If you are presenting this data consumption rate, you and I know in Nigeria before this whole saga, some years back, if you should just buy a 1 gig, you know how long it would take to last you a good 1 gig from MTN.
Yeah.
But now 1 gig MTN is like you having the quality of it has been reduced by half. It's like you buying 500 MB. Then
Yes.
now
Or even listen.
the quality of the data you're buying has been reduced. The
Okay.
cost has been increased. The quality has been reduced. The cost has been
Yeah.
increased. Now that is something which, and you need to ask yourself the question: why the sudden increase? Now, the sudden increase on this cost is as a result of tax which the government imposed on all these telecommunication companies. Before now, we
Okay.
know MTN was actually all the data plan, all the telecommunication Airtel companies, Airtel, MTN, Nine Mobile, and all that.
Yeah.
When you send a text message, charge you 4 naira. But currently, as we speak, it is 6 naira.
Yeah. Yes.
So you need to understand why the sudden increase in the cost. Now, the data you could buy then, you could buy 1 gig for say 300 or so, but now you buy 1 gig at 500. Now, there is more to why there is an increase in data rates. Now, this is something you can't control, which is the tax. And you won't have MTN who have been taxed. Let's say, for example, let me just use, let's say previously they are being taxed 100 naira to ship out, let's say 10 gig or 1 gig. The government tax them 100 naira on 1 gig. Now you now have the government coming in, a new government coming in and increasing that tax to 1,000 on 1 gig or 500 on 1 gig. The company as well will also want to be in profit. So who would suffer that cost? The users, because the telecommunication companies will increase their price. If
Yeah.
they should increase the price, they would not increase it outrageously to scare people away. They will increase the price to say 3/3 of what it was initially. If it was one, you could afford it 1,000. Now it will be 1,500 to get 1 gig. And also, it's not just increasing the price, they would also reduce the quality. So indirectly, they are not giving you 1 gig, so they can still stay on the profit side. It's just like you going to buy fuel. They adjust the pump. you say you want to buy. If you go to a filling station with a 1 liter keg, you can't fill that keg up, but on the meter it will be showing 1 liter. It's the thing there is that they've adjusted the pump and they've reduced it. Same for all these telecommunication company. They reduce the quality, increase the price, so that the quality at which the rate at which they ship out the data previously, they can still be in profit to still serve you guys, to still serve us better, still giving us that internet connectivity. So if you are going to, this is a very good one. If you're going to move on with this project from this scope, you would have to be looking at things you can't control, which is the government taxations on all this telecommunication industry. That is the reason why the rate data has been, or your airtime rate has been increased. Government
Okay.
policy is the reason why these things were being increased. I bet you if the policy was made conducive, you note, within last year to 2024 to 2025, we have so many companies closed up in Nigeria and leave
Yeah.
that left Nigeria. Why? It's the taxation, the heavy tax on them. So you see that you can't fight such problems. You can't fight the taxation problem. So a proposed solution, you could look at the insta the insta data also looked at this same scenario, but they decided to boycott that by proposing a solution whereby they have other data they buy in bulk. Yeah, because I've looked into that. When you buy in bulk, you buy cheaper, then you sell to others at a conducive rate. And sometimes most of these things end up being expensive. Yeah, just like the Insta data, there's no actual difference from
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
buying your what you're buying from your normal bank, OP, or your airtime and all that, doing using the air data code and what they are offering. So when you take a good look at it, you find out that there's no difference at all. So why then would I want to use your, and some of those platforms have issues whereby you could purchase a data and you don't get your data on time. You don't get your data active on your devices. So how then do you solve situations like that? This is a very good idea, but it's something that would cost you more to do because you need to start fighting against government policies. Because when you're looking at problems, this falls in under research, doing in-depth research, understanding the government policy on the solution which you're looking into solving. So here now you mentioned that this company actually look at selling lower cost data, but at the same time they try selling data cheaper, but at the same time they are not cheap. Indirectly, they are quite expensive because they need to also make profit to keep their company running. So I'm not discouraging you on this. You've really done a good job here. So I would advise you you go into a more specific issues within which you can solve. Let's say, for example, something that won't require you fighting a whole lot of loopholes or whole lot of factors to just bring your idea into the market. There are simple baby ideas that could be shipped out. Even in this same niche, you could think of the problem. There are several problems which you listed here. You could just pick one. You could pick one as your case study and think through how do you want to reduce this issue. Because when you talk about high cost and staying connected, you can't control the cost. The cost is as a result of tax policies on it. If you talk about transparency, people knowing their data consumption rate. You can look into areas like, do you know that your devices have this data analytics that keeps you informed on your daily data consumption rate? You can look at educating users. This could be in situations of lack of transparency. You can look at educating users on their data consumption rates. And one thing, when you're proposing a solution, you should look at that solution as it being marketable. Most persons, you identify that most persons don't know that they could actually check these things with their on their mobile devices. They don't know. Yeah, you could look at see that as a problem, creating this awareness that let's tackle this issue. Awareness, you know that you can't solve that data problem. You know that you can't give users cheap data at a very affordable rate, because how are you going to get the data? How would you be paying for such costs? But you can help them gain this transparency on their data consumption, in the sense that, okay, when you are using this app, maybe a daily analytics for today, you've been able to, these are the apps that consume most of your data, and this is what they consume from your data, and you have this amount of data remaining. MTN does that. But when they send me those analytics every day, I don't even understand what is it. They just give me a cumulative that you have, you consumed this amount of data. They don't tell me if I have this amount left. You could look at bridging that transparency gap, whereby if a solution, a product that could create a transparency of your daily analytics of your data consumption. When you buy your data, it takes analysis of which app on your device is consuming the most data, which app is consuming the least data. You can add features like, when I'm using this particular data, turn off background data. Your mobile devices does that. Turn off background data so that only the app which we are using would access the data. Every other app would not access that data which you've done. That could help you reduce your data consumption rate. Now, it now depends on the kind of users. There are users that makes use of heavy um, devices, heavy applications. There will have gamers and all that. Would they also look into this too? So you could look at the angle of transparency. I believe at that aspect, you can solve that without fighting the government or telecommunication industries. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So you need to look through this again, at least dive more deeper into the issue of lack of transparency, and look at your device, your mobile device, go through it, access through to see, how do I save this data? How do I save this? Who are those? What is the statistics of users that know that with their mobile device they can reduce the cost of data consumption? You get to understand that. You
Okay.
make out your research. Are you getting me? So
Yes, sir.
you need to look through this and do it way better. Okay.
Okay.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. All right. So you need to
Yes.
update this.
Okay. So all this other problem, I should like take it out.
Yeah, just take those ones out. Start with something you can solve, which is why I
Okay.
helped you look into lack of transparency. That's a
Okay.
problem.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem. Okay.
All right.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So you can stop sharing your screen. So
Okay.
Victoria will take the. All right, Victoria, you can go on. You can share your screen. So who else has theirs documented? Once Victoria is done, who else would want to go? Victoria, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. Can I share
Good.
my screen now? Or should I share my
Yes, you
screen now?
can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Deborah, What about you, Deborah? Paul. All
Good
right.
evening.
Good
Okay, can you
evening.
see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, I'm trying to put it on. Okay, sorry, it's not a presentation. Okay, so the name of my product is Smart Fit. It's an AI powered e-commerce in the for fashion industry, especially in the women fashion industry. Um, okay. Yeah, so the problem for the problem identification, I noticed that in the fashion industry for women, we have this issue of, simply put, what I ordered versus what I got. Most times we order things online, we shop online, and we don't get a perfect fit of what we ordered online. And this leads to high return rates, wasted time, reduced confidence shopping online. And this is majorly because we have, as Black, not just Black women, as women, we have different body shape and sizes. We have like the pear shape, the inverted triangle shape, the hourglass shape. So my product, which is Smart Fit, would help bridge the gap when trying to when trying to shop online. You get whatever you order is exactly what you get. So how it works, the proposed solution. Okay. Please, can you still see my screen? Friends.
Yes, I can see
Hello?
your screen. Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So for the proposed solution, the app or the website helps women shop online, like I mentioned earlier, um, by making them impute their measurements, their real-time measurements, and it's using AI. You get to know, it brings out a picture, a 3D picture, a 3D image of what the dress or the clothes you're trying to shop for will look on the model, on the site, on the app, or on the website before you shop. So the key features include user impute measurements. You get to impute your measurements such as the waist, the hips, and so on. And the app also guides you, or the web also guides you on how to take these measurements. And it also detects the body shape. Then using AI detects the body shape, then it brings a 3D image of what this clothes looks like on the model that is on the app before you purchase. So it helps you know if this will flatter your body, if it will suit your body perfectly before you purchase. So you don't just go ahead and get something that when you order, it's not flattering to your body shape or your body size. And also the app suggests other clothes or dresses that will be best for your body shape. So how it works, it gives you the instruction to impute your measurements, and with your measurements, it also guides you on how to take the accurate measurements. Just like I mentioned, also the AI detects with the integration of AI, it detects what your body is, your body shape is, and it visualizes how it will look on that, how the what you're shopping for looks on that image, on the model that is being displayed on the app, and if it's also a perfect fit. So this my product don't just show you that it's going to be fine on you, but also it gives you your exact measurements for your dress or whatever you're shopping for. It gives the exact measurement. So when you're shopping, you're not just getting what fits perfectly, but also what complements your body. Two competitors in this space are Zikit, which is Walmart acquired product, and also TrueFit. So for Zikit, the problem they identify is clothes looks different on users than the model displayed on the website. While for the TrueFit, the problem identified is inconsistent sizing. That is, um, users get to shop, but when they shop, they don't get their actual size, the actual size of what they've purchased. So how Zikit and TrueFit, how do they solve this? Are they solving this problem? For Zikit uses AR room, that is augmented reality based virtual fitting room. It allows users to upload their pictures. So when you upload your picture, with your picture, it detects if this if what you're shopping for is going to look good on you or not. And also with the picture you've uploaded, it also suggests your size as well. Why for TrueFit, it uses past data from the places you've shopped previously. It uses it collects data from where you've shopped this previously, and with those data, it recommends clothes or the size for you. So the competitive advantage of SmartFit over our competitors are: one, for SmartFit, for the strength, SmartFit uses real-time measurement inputs. Unlike the rest, unlike Zikit, where you tend to impute your image. So the downside to that is images they are not a perfect reflection of what people look like in reality, right? So some people tend to be bigger in reality, but in pictures, they tend to be slimmer, or some people even have their pictures edited before they upload it. So their products won't even give you a perfect recommendation or a perfect dress or whatever you're shopping for. So that's a downside for that. And also for the body shape as well, auto body shape detection. Yeah, just like I mentioned, the pictures don't do justice. Pictures that you upload don't do justice, because aside the fact that people have different body in pictures than in reality, at times, just like TrueFit that uses data from past places where you've shopped, the downside to that is that some people tend to be size 8 this week, and probably next month, if they are shopping, they are size 10. So the inconsistency in body shape as well, that's another downside to Zikit and TrueFit, especially TrueFit that uses previous data. You won't get the exact measurement of what you're shopping for, because if you're working based on previous data, how are they going to be sure that, okay, this time I'm a size 10 and no longer a size 8 that I previously shopped for? And also this smart fit is also tailored for African body types and local designers. So for the African body types, we all know that especially in the Black women industry and all that, we have more women that are more curvy and on the bigger size than the western parts, than the white and the rest. So this will also meet their needs perfectly, to also address their solution perfectly when trying to shop online. For opportunities, first mover advantage in African market, I think, like, from my research, I just know of Zikit and TrueFit that are in this space. I don't know of any African brand in this space. And also expansion, another opportunity is expansion to include styling tips and local fashion houses. For weaknesses, requires users effort to impute measurements. So one of the weakness this of smart fit is that you have to impute your measurement, and some people are not they're not what was it called now, they are not quite okay with putting out their details online. So privacy privacy stuff and all that. So they are not just okay with that. That's one of the weakness and the major weakness of smart fits. But for the threat, it's big players entering the African market. So like I mentioned, it's a new idea in the African market. So what sets us apart? Works from first time use, no purchase history required. So one of the key differentiator is that if you're just shopping for the first time, you have to put your own details, your own measurement. It's taking your own, it's giving you your own shape. It's showing you, it's guiding you on how to take your measurements, and it's also showing you telling you what your shape is. Unlike TrueFit that just gathers information from that might not be correct from other shopping site and all that. Another key differentiator is it is culturally inclusive. It is designed for African body types and fashion brands. Also, it uses AI and real-time data for higher accuracy. So because it uses AI and also real-time data, it's not just like Zkits where you put your image. You are also putting your measurement that is working together with AI to give you an accurate result of what you are shopping for it would look like before you buy it. Also, it empowers users to shop confidently. That way, women will shop more online. They'll have this confidence to shop online whenever they are shopping for something. They don't have this fear of, oh, am I going to get what I ordered online, or am I not going to get what I ordered online? So in conclusion, smart fit is not just more is more than just a fashion app. It is also a personalized AI solution to one of the biggest pain points in the women's online shopping industry. It gives you fit, and it also gives confidence. By combining real-time body measurement, intelligent shape detection, and culturally inclusive design, we are not only solving global problem, but also tailoring the solution to undeserved markets in like Africa, and also with a clear gap in the market and strong differentiator for current players. SmartFit is poised to refine how women shop for clothes online. Thank you. So that's my problem. That's the problem I identified and the solution proposed and
Okay, that's good. Nice
advantage.
one. Nice one. Nice one. So my first question goes, are you a fashion designer or are you a tailor?
No, not exactly. I'm not a fashion designer, but I shop very well online, and I also I'm into creative design. I design, but I don't sew.
That means you are a fashion designer. You are not a seamstress. Okay, that's good because
Um,
designers are people that draft the designs and all that. So you can be a designer and necessarily not so. Yeah. So that's the first one.
okay.
Okay. And secondly, your proposed problem, online fashion shopping often leads to disappointment due to poor fit or unflattering cuts.
Yes.
Women frequently purchase beautiful clothes that don't suit their body shape. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there is one, when you identify this problem, I was looking at, there was a picture in my head which I was
Okay.
expecting to look into. Now, in this, now you said what you ordered versus what you got, illustration you
Yeah.
made use
Yeah.
isn't what you just talked about here, in the sense that most times what you ordered versus what you got, why it's risky making purchases of outfits online, even on Junior,
Mm,
it's because most times it's always the quality of what you actually see online? And why do you think users feel more secure purchasing outfits from a physical store than having it ordered online? Because of fraud, most times you see some nice outfits which will be advertised to you on WhatsApp or on WhatsApp group or on IG, and you end up when you place order for those things, you end up getting inferior quality of that outfit. That's a problem, and that's
Okay.
something I was expecting you would look into. You mentioned that, but you didn't dive into it. I think you didn't look into that as deeply. That's a problem. How do you have a quality test? How do you verify vendors on your platform? How do you get vendors on your platform? Because when you are not into, you don't sew, then how do you get people who make these clothes? Or do you also resell from, like what most users do now on WhatsApp? They resell.
Mm,
So
o-
would your product also be reselling, or are you getting the outfits for the users from made from the scratch?
okay. Yes. So what I the for to the best of my understanding about your question, the pain points I address and what smart fit does is not, we are not building from the scratch, just like what was it called,
You have
ASOS and the
already
rest.
made materials.
No, no, no. We are an e-commerce company where people order, just other brands, fashion designers get to display, get to sell on our. We're like a middleman, bridging both the fashion and the both the designers and the users. So
Well,
they put. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You are saying something nice.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Yes, we are like a middleman bridging the gap between the fashion designers and the users. So they are just coming. The fashion designers are the one, they are displaying their dresses on our product on SmartFit, which is an e-commerce site for sale, why the users are buying. So before the users buy, they can see in real time what they are buying on a model that has the same um body shape and body size. I don't want to just like what you said, like quality and all that. It's I thought of it, but I felt it like a broader part, and I didn't really know how to bring about a solution for that. And that was not even the first time I thought about this solution or this problem. It's from major so many purchases I've done online whereby I'm buying a size 8 and I'm getting a size 10. It's usually bigger. And for some people I've also seen it's not always about the quality. Sometimes it doesn't even fit, like it just stops halfway. It can't go down. And also that was why I didn't put the quality and all that. Yes, the quality can also be an advantage. Putting the quality, the textile and all can also, how they can check it can also be an advantage. But I feel maybe when we want to expand more, like room for expansion, we'll
Mhm.
have to, yes, delve into that part. But on a basic level, just
Okay.
for users to see, to know what exactly they are buying, if it's
Okay.
is um,
Can I break down your idea for you
yes,
in
yes,
basic terms? So basically, you are the middleman
yes,
between tailors and buyers. Now, you're building a platform where those who sew can reach out to more audience. That is one. By coming on your platform to upload their designs and their works, what the outfits, those they have already made for sale, and those that you need to drop your measurements and all that. That is one. You also need to have the key players here. You have your tailors, you have your users, and you have those who sell materials. You see, these three persons are the key players in this industry because you need those who, what about users that don't have materials? Some users would not want to go through the hurdle of buying materials. So they would want to shop from, let's
Mama,
say,
fix for him.
okay, Joy, your mic is on mute. Can you
Okay,
kindly mute
sorry.
your mic? Joy, can you mute your mic, please? All right, thank you. So you have that. And in other situations, you could have the same the tailor as well, do the shopping, going through the stress of buying the materials for you. That is also another solution. So if the tailor will be buying the materials for you to help you reduce your users getting inferior quality of materials because they won't be there physically to test those materials. So you can take out those selling the materials and just focus on the tailors and the users. Now, if you have the tailors there, you are the middleman. How do you vet what this tailor is actually doing? Another problem is how do your users get their measurement? Because not all users know how to take measurements.
Yeah.
So the users
Okay.
will have to go through the hurdle of getting a tailor to come take their accurate measurement.
No.
So how do you intend solving that?
Yes, it's part of the key feature. So guided measurement instruction. So there's a feature that guides you on how to take these measurements.
Will they do that themselves?
Yeah, yes. On other, I use like I mentioned on other shopping. If you shop often online, you know for some shopping brand, they show you how to take this measurement. There's a guideline on how to take this measurement. Either a video, a short video, how to take this the measurements, or a step-by-step guide. Also, some go as far as imputing the type of fabric that you are purchasing, if it's a polyester, if it's a lycra, if it's what's it called, lace or other fabric. Yes.
Hmm.
So
So well, the scope of the assignment is not to involve futures, it's just a solution.
okay.
But since you involved futures like AI, how do you intend to implement such heavy language on your platform? Having that incorporated into your platform would cost you a lot. That's one. And two, you should look at solving the basic problem. What is, if I should ask you now, what is the basic problem to this that you've identified? What is the basic problem? In one sentence, what is the basic problem which you've identified? Let me see if I can help you look at this thing from a different angle.
Okay, well, the basic problem I identified is users not getting exactly what they ordered online based
Thank
off
you.
of, yes.
So if users, that is the problem. If users are not getting the exact quality or the exact size of what they ordered online, now you need to look at, you need to ask yourself the next question. Why? Why are they not getting it the exact? Is it that they did something wrong? Is it the fault of the users or is it the fault of the vendors? Because I've been around a lady make purchase online exactly what she wants. She said everything and her size and all that. But what got delivered to her wasn't the same thing. So how do you tend to tackle that's a problem? Because when you're looking at actually solving that, be it size or quality, you need to also look at you're focused on the user satisfaction. Now, but the vendors who are doing these evil acts don't care about the users. So if you are coming in to play the front row for the users, you also need to also have their best interests at heart, knowing that users are paying some amount of money to get what they want. And before you have that, help them solve such problem, you also need to do vendor testing. They need to go through verification. So if a vendor has a review, when you're looking at features you could incorporate to this, you could look at features like rating. When a vendor, you look at stuff like Chowdeck. Look at example like Chowdeck. They are also in the e-delivery platform. They are not the ones preparing the food. That's one. And they are not the ones buying it. What they are doing is linking the users to vendors. So your question would be, how do you get your tailors on board? That is one thing. I've asked about how did your users get measurements. You could have an explainer video that guides your users on how they can make their measurements, making use of how to take your measurements using your tape, your measuring tape and all that at the comfort of your home. So if you're looking at this, you should be looking at your solution, your problem should be more directed towards users' satisfaction, which is why I said you all should try to watch this, the movie Bezos. Jeff Bezos is a great one of the top product managers. The product manager from my own point of view, because you're shifting your idea from building a robust product or a robust solution to understanding the problem of the users. What is the basic problem of the users? The users are not getting quality what they ordered, and what they ordered and what they got are not tallying together. Then the next question you should look at is, why is this so? What went wrong in between the transaction? Is it the vendors not actually giving out the quality which they described on their status, or what went wrong? Or are they being cunning to placing very quality materials out there and giving the users inferior materials because they know they would not want to go through the hoops of returning it? And when you want a refund, what is your refund policy? Because I know of someone up to today, almost a month now, she has not gotten refund for the products which she made purchased for. So what's the refund policy? How do your users get their money refunded back to them? How do you get your vendors? All these things are the things you look into. Why are the users not getting the quality or the exact size which they want? That is the problem. And you need to keep out all the features we're not even talking about, because you've not really understood the question. You've not really understood the problem. Why are the users are what they ordered and what they got are not matching? So you need to ask yourself, why? Why are they not matching? What is wrong? Then you need to now dive deep into what is wrong. What seems to be the problem? Is it a problem from the vendor side, or is it a problem from the user side, not giving the exact description of what they want? Because some users can as well be funny, not knowing exactly what they want, and they just make purchase and they get what they want and they start complaining, this is not actually what I wanted. So that as well can be a problem. So both the problem is shared about among the users and the vendors. But for my own case, I see more of it coming from the vendors, because for users who knows exactly, okay, this is my hip size, this is my size of what I'm wearing, and you tell the vendor this is what, and the vendor not being transparent enough to tell you that, okay, currently I don't have size 10. What I have is size 8. What I have, the jean I have is elastic. It might fit you if you have low hips, You have big hips, it won't fit you well. It might seem short if you want a crop top and all that. So transparency among vendor is a key problem. Is a key problem. How do you intend to get this transparency among your vendors? Because when you are having, if you build a solution whereby you are bringing vendors and users on your platform and your users are not satisfied, you would have issues because they'll start giving out negative reviews. So when a vendor messes up and there's a policy in check that vets out that vendor, or you flag the vendor saying, okay, this person has been flagged, this person is not, don't shop from this person. You're having your user security at heart. So when a user sees anything, you either kick such users, some vendor off your platform, or you have them flagged in the sense that any user coming on board will look at this person has been flagged. Just like you have Truecaller. A Truecaller, when a strange number calls you, you could, there's this pop-up, this is a scam call or something. They are doing that to protect the best interest of their users. And you have your OP also shipping out features like how to identify scams and all that. So if you're going to look, you need to look into this stuff, your solution, smart fits. And also, you can't say you are go kindly go down to your competitive analysis. There's something I want to point out as well, so everyone would look at this. So you can't see yourself as a competition when you've not even when you've not even understood your solution, your problem, and the solution you want to provide. You are not a competition to those who are out there. You are not. And you should be looking at you now having this. What do you say about all this tailoring brand? We have tailoring brand. There is one I know. Is it Princess Adi La something or something? I've forgotten her name. She has a fashion school where you go on her page, you can order. You come on, you go to a store to take your measurements. If you have your materials, you have your fabrics, you go along with it. If you don't have your fabrics, you want her to get fabrics for you. You tell her the kind of fabrics because your tailor would know quality fabrics from much more than you. So you look at those situations. How do you, those are your competitors, and these persons you listed out, are they in Nigeria? I don't think so.
No, they are not in Nigeria.
So you want to solve a problem and you are not conquering your home first. So a better understanding of the kind of problem you want to solve is when you implement that within your territory and you are able to conquer your territory with that, then you can now move that ideology into a larger scale. So I want everyone to review your assignment again. Go back with the Nigerian market in mind. That is one. And your state in mind. That is two. First of all, understand the problem within your state. If your problem is not actually occurring within your state, when you understand the problem within your state, within a smaller region, understanding the problem within a smaller region helps you gain clarity. So if you understand it within a small section, a small circle, you know the pain points. Then you can now test that's your hypothesis on a larger scale, covering two states. Is it the same thing for two states? If it's the same thing, you can move it to, let's say, let me now try and see if I can conquer the Nigerian market. Now, with you now, when you are doing that, you now need to look at your market analysis. Where do you have audience that shop more? Not all states in Nigeria actually shop more. If you're looking into online shopping, you have states like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. They do more of shopping online. So if you're going into a market like Kwara State, you might not sell. So that is one thing again, understanding your market. Where are your audience? When you've understood the users, you understand this is the way you go, the flow. You understand the problem. You propose a solution that will solve the problem in the basic form. After proposing the solution, you now identify where are your audience, where are they located. When you understand where your audience are located, first you after proposing the solution, you look at your competitors. What are your competitors doing? Then you do your market research. Where are your audience located? You take your solution and what you've understood from your competition, you take that solution to the market, where your audience are. You can you take a good example of all this food delivery app, using Glovo, using Chowdeck as a case study, or you can even use Uber. But in this section where you are dealing with e-commerce, use Chowdeck, understand how Chowdeck operates. That would help you understand how to also ship your product, because you need your vendors. Who are your vendors? Your fashion designers or your tailors. You have the local ones, you have the branded ones. How do you bring the local tailors who just have their sewing machine, who are doing well? Are you also looking at also your problem, also looking at having them on board? So you should understand exactly what you aim, what the problem which you want to do in the basic way, and to also understand the kind of solution you are proposing to solve. Then before we now go into uh, your competitive analysis and all that. So from would look into understanding research. How do you make research? What kind of questions do you need to ask yourself? You need to understand research, and research is where the whole miracle happens. When you're able to make a proper research, you will be able to guide yourself onward. That was why I said, how many of us have even read that book, The Mom's Test? Even if it's a page a day, how many of us have looked through it? No one. No one. That's very bad. The day I posted that, I think I posted that on Sunday. I was seeing reactions. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. This thumbs up, hearts, and all that. But none of us actually went through the book. Because if you really consumed that book, even if it's a page a day, it will help you think right and start asking some kind of questions. It will help you look beyond the compliment which users are giving to you and to ask yourself the real question: what is this problem? What is this solution for? Who are you solving this solution for? Before you start talking, futures are almost like the last part, almost towards the middle of this. If you don't understand the research aspect of it, you will not know what future to build. And you are not a competition to your competitors, because you are not even in existence. So how will you be in competition with something that you are not even in existence? Until you become, until you become clear of what you want to do, your solutions is clear, and you've implemented and launched. Even when you launch, you are not yet a competition, because your competitors will be looking at, okay, let's see if you would even make headway. Until you start dragging their audience to your platform, that is when you become a competitor to them. But hence, you're not taking their audience away from them. You are not a competition to them. So don't see yourself as a competition to your competitors. You should just look at, this is what these people are doing right. You don't even have a strength, because what you've just done is just to identify their weakness and look at them. This is what they're lacking. They don't have the they're not making use of AI. My own, I will use AI. It's very easy for you to find faults in someone. in what someone has already built. It's very easy for you to find fault with someone. But when you are finding the fault, are you backing it up with a reasonable idea or solution that could help solve that problem? So that is one thing you should all look into. Research is a very key thing in as a product manager. You need to be able to make research. So I believe we've been able to, we're 2 minutes beyond our time. Sorry for the delay in the whole time and everything. But I believe we all got the ideology behind what we've done today, the review of what we've done. Good, good. So for everyone, just take it as a habit to read that book, The Mom's Test, even if it's 1 page a day. 1 page a day. It will help you shape the way you see things. It will help you start asking the right question. And when you start asking the right question, you would want to also provide the right solutions to those questions. And when you have that solved, it becomes easier for you to start thinking of what the future would look like and what your product will look like on the design technical aspects. Okay, if you're opportune to also watch the video Bezos, it would give you clarity of what I'm actually talking about. Shipping your ideas from technicality to users dependent, users experience. So most of what you guys have discussed here are just technicalities. You've not really talked about the user's experience. So if you shift your idea from technicality to user's experience, you'll start seeing things in a different perspective. So I believe we all had a great section today. And please take just take what my input into good fit. I've not said what have I told you guys to discourage you, no, but to also help you see things better. So that you don't make these mistakes when you get to the marketplace. Are you getting me? So you need to understand exactly what you're building. That was why I suggested we all identify a problem on our own. Then we'll start looking into that. Okay. All right. So it's a pleasure having you guys here today. I believe we all had a great assignment review section. See you guys on Friday. Bye bye.